Hello, my name is Camilo Vargas, and today I'll be creating my two favorite gin-based cocktail recipes. The first one that we'll be creating is actually called the Aviation Martini. It was created at about the early 1900s by Hugo Enslin at Hotel Wallichs in New York City. And our first ingredient will be Hendrick's gin. For the Aviation Martini, I prefer Plymouth gin, but my favorite is Hendrick's, and I don't have Plymouth gin, so Hendrick's is perfect for balancing out the flavors. It's very unique. It was created in Scotland by William Grant and Sons, and it has they use cucumber and Damascus rose oil, so it's very unique gin, different from all the other gins. And we will need 1 3/4 ounces of this gin. Next we have Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur. When you think of Maraschino, you probably think those bright red cherries that you get at the ice cream store, but it's completely different. This is actually light and very dry, and it uses Maraschino cherries that are only found in Croatia. So it's a very high quality ingredient. We always like to use high quality ingredients to get the best cocktail possible. We're going to use 0.5 ounces of Maraschino. Perfect liqueur for this. Next we have Creme de Violette. It's what's going to give our cocktail a beautiful cloudy flavor, and it actually gives it a nice purple, light blue, cloudy color. It's very beautiful. We could actually just put about maybe 1/4, not too much. And last, we squeeze out some fresh lemon juice, 0.5 ounces of fresh lemon juice, okay? Add some ice, grab our shaker tin. And we shake our ingredients. This doesn't need to be shaken for too long, about 15 seconds. Make sure everything stays inside our shaker tin. We don't want to lose any of the ingredients. Grab our chilled. Always keep this nice and chilled. You could either fill it up with ice. What I do is keep it in the freezer. We grab our strainer. We're going to double strain. Remember, we don't like the ice chips floating on top of our cocktail. Nice double strain. So we cut all those ice particles, and we grab a cherry to garnish. Nice and easy, beautiful cloudy color, very aromatic. You can smell the flowers, the juniper, the cherry. It's very beautiful, very complex cocktail. Beautiful color, beautiful flavor. Next cocktail that we will be making is actually a nice classical. It's not complicated to make, but it does have a lot of ingredients. Some of the ingredients are actually very hard to find. Alright. And it's called the Ramos Gin Fizz. It was created in 1888 by Henry C. Ramos at the Cabinet Bar in New York City. This actually has a long history to it. They said that the bartenders would actually have to shake this cocktail for about 15 minutes. Okay, they would actually have to trade off because your arms would be very tired. I'm lazy. I'm not shaking it for 15 minutes. I'm sorry. So what we would need first is Hendrick's gin again. I love Hendrick's. If you're not into gin, start with Hendrick's. Maybe at first it's going to be a little different to you, but you get the hang of it. So we're going to have 1 3/4 of Hendrick's gin. We have 0.5 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 0.5 ounces of fresh lime juice, in which we already squeezed. We have our freshly made simple syrup. It's on the bottom of the description. Like, it's simple to make, gives the cocktail a nice flavor. We have 1.5 ounces of our freshly made simple syrup. It's actually a 2-to-1 ratio. Next we have 2 ounces of heavy whipped cream. It's going to help emulsify our cocktail. But because of the heavy whipped cream helps emulsify, it also needs a lot more shaking to get that nice and beautiful texture that we like. So we have 2 ounces of heavy whipped cream. And next we could add 2 drops of Corda's orange blossom water. It's a long story. I could tell you about how hard it was for me to get this. I went to a lot of markets. They sell it on Amazon, but it's like $10. It cost me $2 at a Lebanese market. There's a lot of uses for orange blossom water actually. Since I went through all the hard work to find this, I googled up a lot of important uses for this other than cocktails. People actually make soap out of orange blossom water. In Lebanon, they would actually put it in a bowl for their guests to dip their hands in after they would eat their dinner, so they don't leave smelling like food. They would actually take very good care of their guests. Just a couple drops, maybe 2 to 3. It's very nice flavor, but it's very strong. It's very strong. Just 2 drops. Next we have our vanilla. 2 drops as well. You don't need a lot of it. It gives it a nice flavor. A little more maybe. Next we crack open our egg white. Crack it on the shaker tin because we've already put a lot of ingredients here. If we actually accidentally get a little bit of shells in here, just throw it out. But if we get it in there, we'll have to throw out the whole thing. So crack it open here. And for this cocktail, we actually only want to get the egg white. So you could do this, you could just crack open a little hole and just only the egg white. That's all we want. It's going to help emulsify our drink, give us a beautiful texture. It's also going to make us do a lot more work since we're going to have to shake for a long time. But I'm lazy, I'm not shaking for 15 minutes. I'm sorry. You don't even need to shake that much, honestly. I think it was more of a presentation kind of thing. So you dry shake, and there's a reason you dry shake. You dry shake without ice because it's going to help emulsify the texture, get us a nice and thick texture that we're looking for. But it's not going to water down our cocktail because if we add ice, we're going to be shaking with ice and it's going to be watering it down, and we don't like watered down cocktails. So honestly, you could shake this for about 30 seconds, but get it a good hard shake. About 30 seconds. Nice. Now we fill it up with ice. We fill up our shaker tin with ice. Now you add the ice. Might as well get our glass ready. This beautiful glass, I found at an antique store. Alright, we fill it up with ice. We can top off on a tin. Alright. Now we're going to take it for 15 minutes. So it's a drink that you wouldn't order at every bar. This would actually piss off some bartenders if they would actually have to shake for 15 minutes, man. Alright, that's enough. Make sure we get all our ingredients in there. Grab our strainer. Simply just strain it into your glass. nice and creamy cocktail. See the nice foam top. Next you would garnish with, top with mineral water. Just a little bit of that. Some nice, there you go. We have a Ramos Gin Fizz, and these two are my favorite gin-based cocktails.